Welcome to my channel. I'm Tina Brigitini, and thank you for joining me here today. I've been thinking about my mother lately, not because today is a particularly sad day. Sometimes life just quietly brings someone back into your heart, and it can happen in the smallest moments. I hear a song that she loved, and I'll catch myself saying something that she used to say, or I'll find myself smiling at a memory that appears out of nowhere. And it's funny how love works that way. The people we love never really disappear. They simply begin living in different places inside of us. And lately, those memories have reminded me of one of the greatest lessons that life ever taught me. Ironically, it wasn't a lesson about healing, it was a lesson about love. For most of my adult life, I've been someone who helps people, and it's never felt like a job to me. It's always felt like a calling. I genuinely love sitting with people, listening, helping them to make sense of what they're experiencing. Watching someone reconnect with themselves is still one of the greatest privileges of my life. When my mom became ill, during the last 14 months of her life, some part of me naturally wanted to help. That's what I knew how to do. I wanted to make things easier. I wanted to solve problems. I wanted to make sure she was comfortable. And honestly, there was probably a part of me that wished I could somehow fix what couldn't be fixed. And I think many of us know that feeling. When someone we love is hurting, everything inside us reaches for something that we can do, anything, because doing feels easier than simply standing there with an open heart. And what surprised me during those 14 months wasn't how difficult they were. Of course, they were difficult moments. What surprised me was how much life was still happening. We laughed. Oh, we laughed. We talked about old memories. Sometimes we'd remember things from years earlier and laugh until we had tears in our eyes. There were quiet afternoons when nothing important happened. We'd have a cup of coffee together. We'd eat lunch together. We'd watch the birds. She loved birds. We sat together without feeling like we had to fill every silence. And looking back now, those ordinary moments became some of the most extraordinary moments of my life. Not because anything remarkable happened, because I was fully there. And before that season of my life, I think I believed that love was mostly something that you did. You fixed, you helped, you protected, you made things better. And yes, love can look like all of those things. But my mother taught me another way. Sometimes love simply stays. It doesn't always have the right words. It doesn't always change the outcome. And it doesn't make illness disappear. It doesn't stop grief from coming. Sometimes love quietly says, you don't have to walk through this alone. I didn't fully understand the power of that until I lived it. That experience changed me as a practitioner. See, people sometimes ask me why I don't rush sessions, why I allow silence, why I spend so much time helping people feel safe before asking them to change. And the answer is actually very simple, because healing isn't something that we force. It's something that we make room for. My mother didn't need me to become a miracle. She needed me to become present. And once I understood that, I realized that my clients need the very same thing, not someone desperately trying to change them, but someone willing to meet them exactly where they are. And that realization transformed the way that I work. One of the greatest gifts my mother gave me. It wasn't something that she said, it was something that she showed me. She showed me that some moments are too sacred to rush through, that some conversations don't need solutions, that some tears don't need to be stopped, and that some goodbyes are made meaningful simply because we stayed present long enough to truly live them. And those are lessons no textbook could have taught me. Life had to teach them. So people often ask me what healing means, and my answer has changed over the years. Today, I think healing has less to do with fixing ourselves and more to do with learning how to remain open-hearted while life continues to unfold. And that's a lot harder, but it's also much more beautiful. See, I still think about those 14 months, not with regret, but with gratitude. What a privilege it was to be her daughter. What a privilege it was to laugh together, to cry together, just to simply be together. And if I had spent all of my energy trying to change what I couldn't change, I might have missed the quiet miracle that was happening right in front of me. The miracle wasn't that life became easier. The miracle was that love became deeper. And if you're walking beside someone you love right now, someone who's ill, someone who's grieving, someone who's simply having a difficult season, can I leave you with one thought? Please don't underestimate your presence. You don't always have to know what to say, and you don't always have to have all the answers. Sometimes the greatest gift you will ever give another human being is your willingness to stay. Just stay. One day, you may realize that that was more than enough. I want to thank you for spending this time with me today. I'd love to hear, what has life taught you about love? Many blessings. Remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Tina Brigitini here.